What's up YouTube? Mike here from TechnoGI, and today I wanted to do another episode of Around the Web. There's been quite a few stories going on lately, just a few that jumped out at me that I kind of wanted to share. A lot of these actually deal with Apple, believe it or not, but anyway, let's get to it. So the first story talks about the new Pebble Time. I'm sure you guys have seen this advertised. There's been lots of buzz on the Kickstarter because obviously it broke all Kickstarter records, but the bad thing is if you're an initial backer, you probably should have already gotten your Pebble Time, which you probably did, but if you had an iOS device you wouldn't have been able to use it. Apple had delayed the approval process to release the app for the Pebble Time, so basically until today, where it finally went live, if you had received your Pebble Time, you weren't able to use it if you had an iPhone until today. So for whatever reason, Apple was delaying the process. I mean, could it be because of the Apple Watch? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not going to speculate, but after, of course, Pebble itself complaining to Apple, and Pebble was actually encouraging consumers, hey, if you got this watch, complain to Apple that you haven't got the app yet. So I guess after all that, Apple finally got the approval done, and now it is live in the App Store. So if you've got a Pebble Time or you ordered it on the Kickstarter and are about to receive it, now you can actually use it if you have an iPhone. Of course, the Android version has already been out there and on the streets and ready. So anyway, so if you got a Pebble Time and an iPhone, you are now good to go. Alright, so this brings me to my second story. Again about Apple. Of course, Monday is going to be the annual Worldwide Developers Conference for Apple. This will be June 8th, so what to expect? Honestly, I personally don't expect much. What about you guys? What do you guys think's coming? You got any insight, ideas, or thoughts? Leave it in the comments below. But personally, I think we're going to see, obviously, iOS 9. I don't think we're going to see any hardware. The rumors were that we were going to see a brand new Apple TV, because the Apple TV has actually been out for quite a while now without an update as far as hardware wise, and supposedly there was all kinds of swoopy specs that it's going to have like a touch type controller for it, but for whatever reason Apple is delaying this, and of course this is all rumor. I mean, they could still release it, but all the rumors are pointing that Apple's going to delay the launch of the Apple TV, and that's because they're having issues with subscription services, i.e. striking up deals with all the different third-party apps that they're going to have on it for streaming services. So don't expect much hardware-wise to come out of the WWDC on Monday. Expect iOS 9, and there's been a myriad of rumors what iOS 9 is going to include, and unfortunately all the ones that I'm hearing are that it's really just going to kind of be minor improvements and bug fixes. None of the stuff that people really want, like multi-window, Apple multi-window. Whether we ever see that, I don't know, but that should be included in it. But unfortunately, I just think the whole event's going to be kind of a meh, you know, who knows. I'm going to try and watch it, and of course if you want to know my thoughts on it, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. You'll see when that video goes live. But I am going to try and watch it on Monday and post a video about it. It may or may not be Monday depending on my schedule, but anyway, if you are an Apple fan or you're just curious, like I said, Monday, I think it's at 10 o'clock California time, Cupertino time. So if you want to check that out, you should be able to stream it live on YouTube. So anyway, let's move on to our next story, and this again is about Apple, but this time it's about Apple Pay. And apparently a lot of the big retailers are seeing Apple Pay as a dud, and that's nothing to do with the software or hardware of it. It's just due to the fact that I guess not many consumers just want to pay for stuff on their phones yet. So a lot of the retailers, people aren't requesting it, aren't wanting it, aren't doing it, so the retailers are like, hey, we're not going to support it. So according to Reuters, they took a survey of 98 of the top 100 retailers as listed by the National Retail Federation, and it found that many of them simply have no interest in supporting Apple Pay in the near future. And again, this just goes into a lot of the consumers just aren't using it or just don't want to use it, so the retailers are like, why should we support it? So again, it's nothing on the software or hardware, it's just implementation, and that's going to be hard with anything. And the same thing happened with Google Wallet. If you guys remember that, that was kind of a flop, and it's just because, I mean, nothing on the software or the hardware. It's just getting people to actually want to pay for stuff, putting their phone up there. So who knows? Maybe it'll improve, but as of now, I told you, the survey by Reuters, a lot of the major businesses just don't want to implement it and don't plan on it. So if you are an iPhone user and you want to use this, then I guess you got to bring it up to the places you shop and say, hey, I'd like to pay for my phone, so, or pay with my phone. But anyways, moving on to our next story, and this is also about Apple. And this one is about the Apple Watch. And supposedly within the next 2 weeks, the Apple Watch is actually going to start hitting some retail stores. So if you've been waiting for this and you didn't want to pre-order, supposedly within a couple weeks, certain retailers, probably the big ones like Best Buy and of course the Apple stores themselves, will actually carry the Apple Watch in store. And the only bad thing about this is if you did pre-order, that's about the same time a lot of you guys will probably be getting your watches. So it's like, hey, why did I order this thing 3 months ago? What's the point of pre-ordering when those who didn't can get it at the same time in the store? So to me, that's a bit of a bummer, I guess, if you pre-ordered. So I would personally be a little miffed if I paid and ordered for my watch 3 months ago and I'll get it at the same time it hits the stores. So to me, that's kind of a bad apple on Apple if that is the case. But either way, within a couple weeks, whether you pre-ordered it or not, and you want one, you should be able to get one. So if any of you guys out there who subscribe to my channel and watch this actually buy one, I would love to hear your thoughts on it, because I'm still kind of up in the air. I don't know if I want to get one. I personally don't have an iPhone now. My wife does, so I was thinking about maybe getting a watch for her just so I could review it and check it out. But so we'll see. I'm curious. I don't know anybody personally that has one, but I really like to get a no crap opinion and review on it by someone who actually has one and is using one. So if you're out there, leave it in the comments. Anyway, moving on to our final story, and this is about Microsoft this time, and this is Windows 10. You guys have all seen this. If you currently have a Windows 8.1 device, you should have had the little icon pop up in the bottom of your screen where you can reserve your copy of Windows 10, but it will officially be released and out on the streets on July 29th. So Microsoft actually set a goal of 1 billion downloads within the first year, which pretty ambitious goal, but highly possible. But with that, hopefully we'll see the Surface Pro 4 released at the same time. So I'm hoping they release it soon, announce it at least, because I'm really curious and excited to see the specs on that thing. And also supposedly the Lumia 940 and 940 XL, I believe, or 840, 840 XL. It's the new one, new flagship one, rumored to come out. Should come out at the same time, and that one's supposed to be shipped with Windows 10 Mobile. So we'll see. I'm excited. There's a lot of cool things on the horizon for Microsoft. With Apple, we'll see. Maybe WWDC will surprise me. I hope so. I hope they, announce some new hardware. Maybe the mythical iPad Pro. Don't count on it, doubt it, or even I would be happy with some real iOS 9 updates that's, something dramatic, like, again, multi-window. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that wants to be able to do that on my iPad, but I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. If you guys want to do that, hey, let me know in the comments so I know that I'm not the only one that wants that. Anyways, that was short and sweet. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and as always, give me a thumbs up, and please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Thanks.